I think J. Michael Straczynski might have just forgotten how to write comics. I mean, he was out of the game for a while. Of course, he finally came back to Marvel with Captain America here. And it's been 3 issues of absolutely boring content. He's got 2 storylines going on. One is an origin retcon of Captain America, where he knew the Nazis were the bad thing all along and was fighting them even back before he had his powers. And then in a sort of like leftist tirade rant. And then we've got this like AIM is making deals with demons in order to gain infinite power. And there's this new character who is demonically influenced who finally shows up. We've not had a real superhero battle in this entire series so far. This reminds me of him doing Straczynski, that is, doing his Superman is walking around nonsense, where it was like a bunch of boring issues that really didn't culminate in anything. It's like he didn't really have a plan going into it. Now we have a superhero issue again. We're into issue 4 without a real superhero battle happening. At least it happens at the beginning of this. But it opens with a really weird thing. Like, you don't really see the enemy. You don't really see any sort of danger or threat to Captain America for these first 2 pages. You get, of course, a summary of the first 3 issues. You just get a couple solo Captain America shots with not much going on. Now, he's got a background dialogue here, and the problem I also find with this is Captain America is really written out of character. Captain America is like a 1940s sort of stalwart conservative guy, and here he is, he's like he's making these like dialogue things like it's a like he's Spider-Man. I remember J. Michael Straczynski's opening Spider-Man issue, where it was like 3 pages of Spider-Man internal monologuing about how he really wanted pockets, and it was quirky and funny, and that makes sense for Peter Parker Spider-Man. It doesn't make sense when Captain America is doing that, and all of his dialogue in this issue is just like that. He's going off and talking about ham sandwiches on the first page here. It's like, what the heck is going on? Finally, we meet the villain, and is there a ton of action like really going on? No, he just kind of kicks the guy in the chest, and we have some flat poses, and they start talking. Wow, what a gripping superhero action fight after 4 issues of buildup. Oh my gosh. So we finally get into the fight a little bit, and it turns out the guy's a demon. This would have been nice. Like, I would have led with this. Like, if you like to start this off with the demon energy, like on a big splash page, would have been pretty exciting. Way more than just Captain America kind of face forward in stuff. So the art really didn't do any favors, and neither did the scripting to build it up at this point. Now we get into actually some fun action. We're like 6 pages in finally, and he starts his quirky dialogue, internal monologue again, and he almost dies here. Now we go back to the 1939 storyline, and it turns out Baron Zemo is gonna do something weird. He's gonna blow up a Nazi gathering in America in order to like gain sympathy for the Nazi movement and claim it was Jews and commies doing it. So I don't know what this is a commentary on. Is it like a George Bush did 9/11 commentary? If that's maybe that's pretty based of Straczynski, but I don't know. You'll have to ask him if that's what that's about. So really weird plot, which kind of doesn't make a ton of sense given the situation back in the 1930s, but okay. And then we get a lot of talking as Steve Rogers is feeling sick back in the day, and now Steve Rogers is in the hospital here. At least we get some personal stuff with him and Sharon Carter here as they have a kind of a tender moment about their dates and things like that. That's the best part of this entire series so far, and there's not much to really hook onto. Back to 1939, we see this stuff. We see that the demon's kind of tied into it, and we are preparing for more to come with that, as we have just nothing going on, as he makes a parallel story with like a peace conference about to happen in modern times, and I guess he's going to parallel that to what happened with the Nazis in 39 as he talks about this, and it is to be continued again. So a bunch of talking. The first like 10 pages were action, and then there's no action again. We're back to a very dull pace. Like, this is like a TV show type of pacing with a lot of talking heads standing around. I really just think Straczynski's forgotten how to write comics. I don't know what the heck's going on here. But this is a very sad start for his Captain America run. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.